Greetings, fellow gamers. This is darkfireslide, and welcome to Hollow Knight, a Let's Play. I have never done a Let's Play series where I played a game from start to finish, and so this is going to be sort of an experiment of mine for the channel. Hollow Knight is a game that was released on February 24th of this year, 2017, and is a metroidvania-style game, which means it has platforming, it has fighting, it has puzzles, and leveling up and RPG mechanics. All things that I enjoy. Well, that's not entirely true, actually. I actually am not really that much of a platforming fan in general. That being said, I do like Metroidvania games because it's a lot more about the fighting and the RPG mechanics, and not just about jumping around and jumping on buttons and things like that, which I don't really enjoy as much. But anyway, let's look at the options here. I am playing with a keyboard, and so it is entirely possible that I will not enjoy playing this game, as it highly recommends using a controller, which I don't have because I mainly play strategy games on PC, which don't need controllers and are actually hindered by controllers. So we're gonna try to memorize the controls here. So we're gonna be moving around with our up, left, down, right, you know, etc., which means that my left hand is going to be doing a lot more work, as you can see. Jump is Z, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, honestly. I don't know why I would want jump to be mapped to Z. We're going to change that to spacebar because that's like a natural button for jumping in general. Super dash is S, dream nail is D, quick cast is F, focus/cast is A. I really hope there is an in-game tutorial for these because I'm probably not going to remember otherwise. Without further ado, let us start the game. We'll do number 1, our new game. Just slide until the frames touch the edge of the screen. Oh, it looks like they're touching the edge of the screen. Great. Like about 5% more brightness. That's fine. This game looks gorgeous, by the way. It's one of the reasons I wanted to play it. I've actually been playing a lot of the game Dead Cells, but I kind of want to wait until Dead Cells comes out because while I am very enamored with that game, this game is completed, and I would very much like to play a complete experience. In wilds beyond they speak your name with reverence and regret, for none could tame our savage souls, yet you the challenge met. Under palest watch you taught we changed, base instincts were redeemed, a world you gave to bug and beast as they had never dreamed. From Elegy for Hallownest by Monomon the Teacher. Alright, so... Oh! Always love drops like that in games like this. Just unreasonably... Okay, so it looks like we can only single jump. It would appear we have some kind of a health bar made up of things that look like the classic alien from Area 51 stuff, like Roswell and whatnot. Okay, we're taking damage off the bat. Controls are pretty tight. Like, pretty tight. I do wish I had a controller, but, again, don't own one. So it would appear we're collecting some kind of something from killing these enemies. Something that looks like it's in these sort of rocks here. I'm sure we're gonna get more of these things. So what happens? Let's look at our inventory here. We have our focus, which uses collected soul to repair your shell and heal damage. And we strike enemies to gain soul. We have an old nail. This is our traditional weapon of Hallownest. Its blade is blunt with age and wear. Alright. Interesting. Wait a minute, hold on. I broke something here when I swung, but I wonder if the grass is gonna have anything in it? Okay. Looks like the environment is pretty destructible, which is maybe something useful to know, maybe not. We'll find out later. Let's see. It would appear we don't have any kind of spell or anything yet, or any kind of magical abilities, so... Oh, hey there. Okay, so that's going to warn us that, like, there's probably some more of these stalagmites going on. Alright, let's see what this is. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Your great strength marks you amongst us. Focus your soul, and you shall achieve feats of which others can only dream. Collect soul by striking enemies. Once enough soul is collected, hold A to focus soul and heal. Okay, so there is going to be a tutorial section for us here, thankfully, which is good, because otherwise a lot of the controls we were just looking at don't really have a lot of context, and controls are, of course, very important in a game like this. Looks like there is... So can we heal without... Okay, so it looks like it takes about a little less than half. Oof. Gotta watch out for those stalactites. Let's see what's in here. Alright, well, to be honest, the sword we have currently kind of sucks. Well, it's more of a lance, really, but, I mean, granted, we are a knight, so that makes sense, but... I've heard this game has great music, but, I'm not really hearing any yet, apart from the occasional piano tune. Okay, we've already broken that. I wonder if breaking things is ever actually going to do anything for us, or if it's just kind of there for, like, the art's sake. It would appear we don't have a map yet. I'm hitting tab, and there is no map. So, map is off limits. Oh, hey! Okay, the floor broke, and we can't get back up. That's interesting. That makes me kind of want to go back around to get those whatever they are. I assume that these are like our experience points, and we're going to use them to level up, kind of like souls in Dark Souls. As we can see, we're going to have a lot of probably pretty dangerous platforming here, and we found a way out. Most excellent. So I think this is just, yeah, that'll just lead us back here. So we have to walk all the way back around in order to get those souls or whatever it is those are. Let's see what's on the bottom here. Well, there's a lot of these soul type things. I can only assume that we're going to hurt ourselves if we jump over... we can kind of look down here. I can only assume we're going to hurt ourselves if we jump on these spikes, but nothing ventured, nothing gained as far as I'm concerned, so... Ow! Okay, and then it respawns you at the start of the spikes. So that means that's going to be an area that we're going to come back to later, presumably after getting some kind of dash or double jump or something of that nature to aid us in the platforming area. And we've got ourselves another tutorial. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Beyond this point, you enter the land of King and Creator. Step across this threshold and obey our laws. Bear witness to the last and only civilization, the Eternal Kingdom, Hallownest. Alright. Pretty ominous, but... Let them break down the door here. It's pretty durable. And I'm sorry if I'm being a little bit quiet. This game is just gorgeous. It's a lot to take in, really. I kind of want to go back and explore the starting area, but unfortunately, I don't think that there's actually anything left here. But we're going to go ahead and heal, since our soul is just sitting around doing nothing. But yeah, I don't think I don't think there's anything for us here yet. I think we may have squandered our ability to actually explore this area. Now, one thing about metroidvania games is, of course, when you leave the area and come back, everything respawns, so as to allow you to kind of grind and get experience. That sort of thing. Wow, I'm just blown away by these graphics. So we're in Dirtmouth, the fading town. Okay. What's here in Dirtmouth? Let's find out. Oh there, traveler. I'm afraid there's only me left to offer welcome. Our town's fallen quiet, you see. The other residents, they've all disappeared. Headed down that well, one by one, into the caverns below. Used to be there was a great kingdom beneath our town. It's long fell to ruin, yet it still draws folks into its depths. Wealth, glory, enlightenment, that darkness seems to promise all things. I'm sure you too seek your dreams down there. Well, watch out. It's a sickly air that fills the place. Creatures turn mad and travelers are robbed of their memories. Perhaps dreams aren't such great things after all. So what happens if we rest? Okay, gives back our health and etc. Doesn't look like we can go in there. For all your mapping supplies, we will be opening soon. Zelda and Cornifer. Okay, well that sounds like it would be useful. This kind of reminds me of a Metroidvania game by the name of Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. Oh, we accidentally jumped down a hole. That's okay. Looks like we can climb back up maybe on this chain? No? Can we not climb? I guess we can't climb. Maybe I'm missing a control or something, but... looks like climbing is not going to be on our to-do list here. We do, of course, want to kill all the enemies, get all of the loot that we possibly can. I'm assuming that these souls, or whatever they are going to be useful to us soon. Yeah, I'm loving the aesthetic of this game, and I'm sure if you've already watched a Let's Play of this, that's you know, exactly the same thing. Because this game isn't like exactly new. It did come out in February, although it did come out this year, so... It is interesting that rather than a flat-out hit point system, we are using a kind of like the old Kirby games, actually. Which actually, so earlier when I said that I don't like platformers that much, I am lying a little bit. I do actually like Kirby quite a bit. I think Kirby's a very fun game. But again, that's actually almost a Metroidvania game style game in and of itself, although without the extensive RPG elements. We're gonna have a fucking sponsorship right here from McDonald's. The the McElements. Oh god. Anyway. Yeah, no, so Kirby obviously doesn't have as many of the RPG elements as, you know, a Castlevania game, but still, we're getting a lot of cells, or cells. See, I've been playing a lot of Dead Cells, and I don't know what to call these yet, so it makes me want to call them souls. And of course, everything kind of riding off of what Dark Souls created, with the whole like idea of like paying souls instead of experience points. We've got a decent number for ourselves. Before we go down, though, I do kind of want to explore some of these higher areas a little bit more, even though it's going to reset the enemies after we explore. Yeah, that one took a little bit more to kill, but I mean, hey, we get more souls out of it, so I'm okay with that. Now, I haven't seen any save points or anything like that. Can we actually just save on the go, or I'm not sure how this works. But I guess we'll find out if we have some kind of autosave system or whatever else. Oh no! So clearly we need a dash or double jump or something to get up there, but that'll be something to keep in mind. I'm sure that saving those little bug guys will do something for us. Alright, getting into fighting a little bit more aggressive enemies, ones that are presumably going to give us a little bit more trouble, but also more experience to work with. Alright. I am terrible at this game, apparently. But we'll just heal up a little bit. Oh. Oh, nice. Okay, so yeah, this game definitely does have a little bit of a difficulty curve, and if I'm not careful, I'm gonna get my ass kicked, so just need to watch ourselves, watch out for falling stalactites, of course. Just explore the levels. So apparently the map is a feature that we will unlock later. That's a little unfortunate for the time being, but it is what it is. We will make do. Looks like it leads somewhere, which is interesting. I'm gonna explore the rest of this area though. Surprised none of those stalactites are falling, but let's just jump over you and then attack. Just play it safe. Don't want to lose all of our hit points. And watch out for falling stalactites. These guys look depressed. I have to admit, when it first said that you used soul to heal, I was concerned that it was going to actually use the, well, what I assume are like the game's equivalent of experience points. Let's see what's in here. Temple of the Black Egg. What do you have to say? Hello there! How delightful to meet another traveler on these forgotten roads. You're a short one, but you've a strong look about you. I'm Quirl. I have something of an obsession with uncharted places. This ancient kingdom holds many fascinating mysteries, and one of the most intriguing of them is standing right before us. A great stone egg, lying in the corpse of an ancient kingdom. And this egg, is it warm? It certainly gives off a unique air. Can it be opened? There are strange marks all over it. I do so love a mystery, and who knows what other marvels lie even deeper below us. You have more to say? For so long I felt drawn here, so many tales full of wonders and horrors. No longer could I resist. I just had to see it for myself. And what a time I chose to arrive. This dead world has sprung to life. The creatures are riled up and the earth rumbles. The air is thick. I wonder what could have brought it all about. To persevere in this ruin, that old nail alone just won't be enough. Though that's no problem. One only has to look around. Plenty have come before us, and most have met their grisly end. Many more equipped than you and I. I'm sure they wouldn't mind if a fellow explorer, I'm sure they wouldn't mind were a fellow explorer to relieve them of their tools. It's a kindness, really. The dead shouldn't be burdened with such things. Did you pass that town above? What a gloomy little place, and such majesty hidden right beneath. I suppose that's why they've all headed down here. Who could resist such possibilities? Truly a marvel. So definitely using the Dark Souls conversation system where you're supposed to talk to people, but this is what we saw from that opening cutscene, and I can only assume that something sinister is going on with this black egg, and you know the fact that there's a temple devoted to it. Just trying to gather some, again, of what I assume. Oh! It looks like we can go back up, and, I wonder what lies over here. This is what I wanted to explore before I jumped down. And what do we have here? A stone door with a simple lock. Okay. So there's some kind of lock we can eventually get. But that's good to know that we can actually reascend from this this temple, and I assume that that's going to be useful to us once we, I assume, find some people down in the depths. Let's talk to this guy more though. We haven't really talked to him that much. Did you visit that temple? This is the Elder Bug. That's funny. A strange building, I've heard, though I'd never dare the journey myself. The braver among us went there to pray and said they felt at peace within the walls. After a while, they stopped going. I wonder what changed. Many used to come, hoping the kingdom would fulfill their desires. Hallownest, it was once called. Supposedly the greatest kingdom there ever was, full of treasures and secrets. Now it's nothing more than a poisonous tomb full of monsters and madness. Everything fades eventually, I suppose. Feeling tired? That bench may be iron, but I assure you it's quite comfortable. There's no better place to collect your thoughts before heading below. Plus, I enjoy the company. Not that you seem the talkative sort. Okay, and then he's just gonna tell us about the bench more. Which I assume just restores our health after all is said and done. Okay, it looks like we can dash. And that'll be our there's actually a button tied to that. Still getting used to the controls as I am playing on a keyboard. I actually downloaded an emulator once and played through the entirety of Kingdom Hearts, the original, with using a mouse and keyboard on an emulator, and that was interesting because all the camera controls were bound to keys. So and the camera was naturally bad in that game anyway. So that was certainly an interesting experience to say the least. But now we're going to explore this side to the left here, see if there's anything interesting. Oh, that's... How do I help you? Do we need to double jump, or... What's going on in this room? Doesn't look like we can attack him or anything. Probably some way to help him, right? We just don't have the means by which to do so yet, but we'll have to try to remember this room. Of course, it would be a lot easier with a map to remember what has and hasn't been done yet. Okay, a little easier to turn with a controller for sure. A little bit of wasted life there, but not a big deal. But it might be once we start, you know, getting into bosses and things of that nature. But we'll go ahead and top off our HP. Things are looking fine. It's actually interesting. One of the challenges of Metroidvania games was always that you couldn't get your health back except at save points. So it's interesting that there is a self-heal option, and I wonder if that's going to make the game easy, or if it's to help compensate for overwhelming difficulty later on. But then again, you know, even Dark Souls has a healing mechanic, so you know, take that for what it is. Let's go. Nice. Let's go kind of explore this left side a little bit more. See if there's anything out here we can actually get. Liking the look of this wooded area. Let's see what this is. The Pilgrim's Way. Travelers of Hallownest descend through verdant wilds and fungal groves to the city at this kingdom's heart. There all wishes shall be granted, all truths revealed. Alright, fair enough. Oh, hey! Interesting. I assume, again, we're going to need to... Whoa! Alright, he's, not the friendly sort, that's for sure. We're going to leave him alone. Since I assume we need some sort of a tactic or ability in order to defeat him, since our simple sword is not going to cut the job, unfortunately. And this is kind of the fun thing about Metroidvania, is you gotta kind of explore until you find where it is you need to advance. Of course, later on that may cause issues as I'm trying to find a place to go and am unable to. But we found maybe maybe not a secret area, but a kind of closed off area. We did have to cut open the door to this place. So let's just see what's in here. Whoa! Close one. I can only assume more of those are gonna fall. Ooh. Did that give me just a bunch of soul to work with? I can only assume that that's what that did. Okay, I don't think we have the tools by which to advance through that area yet, so this is also going to be a no-go for us for the time being. It looks like we're going to have to get one of those, get boots or something that allow us to do a, like the jumping sidekick that you see in movies and whatnot. Okay, well, let's head down. Why, hello there. Hmm? Ah, hello there. Come down to explore these beautiful old ruins? Don't mind me. I have a fondness for exploring myself. Getting lost and finding your way again is a pleasure like no other. We're exquisitely lucky, you and I. I'm a cartographer by trade, and I'm working on mapping this area right now. Would you like to buy a copy of my work so far? I will pay 30, whatever these are. Hooray! We have a map. A map can be a useful thing, but it alone won't show you where you are. If you've not the head for directions, I suggest purchasing a compass from my wife, Iselda. She's just now opening our new map shop in Dirtmouth, selling all sorts of useful things to wanderers like yourself. She'll even sell some of my old maps from time to time. I pop back to see her whenever I finish mapping an area. She's always so excited to see me. Oh, by the way, I haven't introduced myself, have I? Yes, I should apologize for that. When you spend a lot of time by yourself, with just your own thoughts, you forget the niceties of conversation. My name is Cornifer, and I've always loved exploring the world. Why, when I was first hatched, I wandered off immediately, leaving my brothers and sisters and poor mother behind. That's why as soon as I could, I moved to Dirtmouth with my wife. A huge, unending kingdom to explore right on our doorstep. Who could resist? Anyway, I'll let you return to your travels. With a little luck, we'll meet again. Be safe and travel. How are you finding my map? I've tried to fill out as much as I can, but every map is a work in progress. If you'd like to fill out some of the map yourself, you can purchase some mapping supplies from my wife up in Dirtmouth. We've set up a little store to help make ends meet. Okay, so now I'm curious. I'm going to make my way back up. I'm going to see if his wife is actually there, or if she's maybe been kidnapped or something. But now we do have a map, at least, of the basic area. However, we would very much like to get our hands on that compass Cornifer was talking about in order to actually tell where we are. Well, it looks like there's some kind of monster if we go a certain way, which may mean that we need to go a certain way. But we would very much like to get the rest of the mapping supplies. So let's see if that's an option available to us yet. If we can even get back up, that is. Of course, I'm spending my time killing these enemies that drop, like, you know, one or two souls or whatever you want to call them, and I'm sure there's, you know, stuff later on that costs like hundreds, and so it's just like you're just like wasting your time, basically. Then again, it adds up, you know. Looks like the shop is open. Come to buy a map, have you? It's really my husband you should be dealing with, but what a surprise! He's headed down below. He'll pop back occasionally to deliver new maps for the store, but I do wish he'd spend a little more time up here. I've not much interest in retail myself. Now let's see what's here for me to sell. Okay, so the Wayward Compass is going to cost us 220 of whatever these are. This says Wayward Compass of the Notch Coast. Highly recommended. If you're having trouble finding your way in the maze of ruins below us, try this charm. It will pinpoint your location on your map. Incredibly helpful for finding your bearings in unfamiliar locations. Then we have the Quirl. You'll need this if you want to update your map with new areas as you explore. It's essential for anyone serious about mapping. Let's see, so this will mark where benches and resting places are on the map. This will mark where cocoons are. These will mark where vendors are, and this will mark where the kingdom's hot springs are. Okay, very interesting. So it would appear that our first two priorities, first of all, very much would like to get the compass to start with, and then also get the Quirl. And what I may do, what I'm contemplating, is just kind of grinding a little bit off screen to get us those two items, since getting 120 wouldn't really be that big of an issue. But we're gonna go ahead and rest. And then that is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like, and of course comment if you have any tips or tricks. No spoilers, please. And of course subscribe if you want to see the continuation of this series in the future. This has been darkfireslide, and I'll see you on the next one.